for Sammy Journey.
How are you guys doing? Are you guys having fun? I am too. This is amazing. So I am Sammy Journey, and yes, I am tall. I love being tall now, but you try being 6 foot when you're 12 years old. I spent most of my time at middle school dances trying to convince everyone I wasn't a chaperone. You heard of the ugly duckling syndrome? I was more like a stuttering giraffe. I would be more like, but I got over it. My husband and I are about to celebrate our 10-year wedding anniversary. Thank you. So a couple years ago, my husband just stopped being interested in sex, which really sucked. I did everything I could to spice things up, but nothing worked. It really triggered my inner giraffe syndrome. He'd be like, "Not tonight, honey." And I'd be like, but spoiler alert, it was just low testosterone and I'm still hot. I just wish I would have found that out before I agreed to the threesome with the neighbor. It was hot, so yeah. But we have 2 beautiful girls, ages 3 and 5, yes. That's why I look a little tired, but it's cool. Yeah, God, I love those bitches. I love being a mom, I really do, but being a parent is hard. What's hard is that you have to be kind even when your kid is being an asshole. Like, you try gentle parenting when you get them a toy, and instead of saying thank you, they say, "Well, it's daddy's money anyway." Well, I have a bigger dick than your daddy. I want to say that, but I don't. Yeah, but when you have kids, their communication skills are just not that great. So when there's a conflict, you feel like you have to be a detective. Like, I'll walk into the playroom and I'm like, "There's a chunk of hair in the door frame. Everyone is crying. And God, I hope this is dog shit." It never is. When you live with 2 kids, it's a lot like living in a psych ward. There's a lot of kicking and screaming and crying. And that's just me. Being a mom, it really does change you. I was in the kitchen talking to my mother-in-law, and my teething toddler walks in with my turned-on vibrator in her mouth. And I immediately just say, "Oh my God, I hope I washed that." Because I don't want her sucking on my cum. So I have a yeast infection. Sorry, I meant to say I'm an oversharer. Being an oversharer is kind of like my superpower. I'm kind of like the Hulk, but instead of turning green, I become transparent and tell you way too much about my husband's balls. When you're an oversharer, you feel like you have to fill any empty space of the conversation, which is my way of telling you I've been banned from 3 yoga studios. Like, I'll be in the downward dog position and I'm like, "If I had 2 dicks and a ball gag, I'd be a happy girl, am I right?" They don't think it's funny and it's not hot. No. It's only oversharing if the other person doesn't reciprocate. It's kind of like social gambling. I either make a bestie for life or I tell my husband's boss I like anal. When you are in a long-term relationship and you are also an oversharer, your husband starts feeling like he has to manage you. Like I'll go into the parent-teacher conference and he'll sit me down and be like, "Sammy, look, you can't talk about these 3 things. Your clit, how big your clit is, and your clit photography." He's really controlling. if you think about it, like oversharing is just someone who can't read social cues, which is so unfair because when a kid can't read social cues, they call them autistic and say they need compassion. But when I can't read social cues, they call me an Uber and say I can't come back to brunch. But you know, when you're in a long-term relationship, sex, it changes. Like especially role play, it becomes more honest. Like I'll walk in a sexy nurse costume, like outfit, and I'll be like, baby, what do you want? And he's like, I want you to be on medication.